It's pretty much flawless so far. Democrats are panicking, actually. This is the kind of performance that will realign American politics maybe for 50 years to come. The past 17 days or so have been near perfect, actually, and they know it. And they are panicking, but it doesn't really matter because the country is benefiting. After so much insanity for so long that this was portrayed as normal and righteous, where are we today? In a much, much better place. Put it side by side, right? Biden's White House, they pretended that that was good, that that was wholesome. And on the left, Trump's White House, where he is protecting women and girls after they were assaulted by the dominant media, the Democrats, and our corrupt culture that is rapidly improving. And the hits keep on rolling. This USAID thing, what's been uncovered, and it keeps getting more and more interesting. Did you hear about the $150 million used to renovate and modernize Pizza Hut? $85 million to the Clinton Foundation? And on and on and on. The weird nonsense around the world being funded by U.S. taxpayer dollars. And what in the hell was the real goal there? We're going to find out. We're going to find out. This is having an immediate impact, though, on everything in America and 2028. I know, it's a long time off, right? But those who are interested in being president in 2028 are making their moves right now. The campaign is less than 2 years away. Kind of hard to believe, but it's actually being defined at this very moment. Barack Obama started his race 2 years prior to Election Day. And Donald Trump actually started almost 3 years prior. 2022, the election is in 2024. All right, 2 years prior, but things get off and running very, very quickly. And what is being established right now is a flawless presidency and Democrats in a total panic and meltdown, and they're desperate.
We don't pledge allegiance to the billionaires. We don't pledge allegiance to Elon Musk. We don't pledge allegiance to the creepy 22-year-olds working for Elon Musk. We pledge allegiance to the United States of America. And so I want to make sure that my mother gets her Social Security check, not because she pledges allegiance to Elon, but because she pledges allegiance to the United States of America.
Your mother doesn't have to do that, actually, to get her Social Security check. That's Senator Chris Murphy, and he is aiming to be the new Adam Schiff, if you will. Democrat senator from Connecticut, and he is making a spectacle out of himself, just like Adam Schiff did. Even worse, though, when President Trump decided to have the inauguration inside, I think we all kind of understood what was going down. Number one, there was the weather that was out of control. And July 13th, anybody, when they tried to kill him? Okay, made a lot of sense. What did Chris Murphy say about that? He said that Donald Trump canceled the outdoor inauguration because the mall was going to be empty and totally embarrassing. Yeah, right. It works with how many people? It doesn't work with anybody. But I guess you gotta say something. That's what they're doing. They're experimenting. They're just saying stuff because they feel like they have to. Even when faced with incredible corruption that is indefensible, they're still trying.
We've got to take to the streets. We've got to take to the rallies. We've got to fight back, and we must resist every motion, every action by Musk and Trump to shut down this government. You have to do that.
That's the rule of law. Donald Trump is breaking the statutes, breaking the Constitution, and we're not going to let him do it. You're not going to let him do it.
We will fight their violations of our Constitution of the United States of America. We will not shut up.
Okay, well, I could actually arrange that with a little bit of editing and a mute button, and that's Spartacus. Remember Cory Booker. What are they so irate about? They're outside USAID, and they are defending this kind of spending. And it is indefensible. It's ludicrous. They love government that much? No, they're just desperate, and they don't know what to do. President Trump, actually, he's still active on social media and in a lot of other places. Looks like billions of dollars have been stolen, yes, stolen at USAID. A payoff for creating good stories about the Democrats? Keep going. The left-wing rag known as Politico seems to have received $8 million. Did the New York Times receive money? Who else did? Great questions. This could be the biggest scandal of them all, perhaps the biggest in history. Probably not, but still good. The Democrats can't hide from this one. Too big, too dirty. Now, there's a lot there, right? I mean, USAID, this has got to put the deep state on the defensive. What do they work with in this one? He misspelled a word. The first was stolen, right? It was supposed to, I guess, one L. This is actually what they don't understand. The little typos are genuine. Whenever you text a friend, you always have a typo. Nobody actually, the tweets work because they're genuine. They're from the heart. Now, everybody went bananas about the one word that's wrong. The fact that it's wrong shows you that it's genuine. He doesn't have 18 people vetting the tweets like Hillary Clinton did and Joe Biden. It's just him and sometimes Dan Scavino sitting there with his phone making great points. And that's how it works, and that's why it's so effective. What are you going to show me here? Yeah, every now and then he does make mistakes, and it just works. It's all part of the package. It's not they're missing the point. Moving on. Today, there was an amazing moment at the Capitol, the National Prayer Breakfast, everybody. And you think about what Joe Biden put us through. When he tried to, what did they say? He was like this good, decent man, empathetic. No, nothing like that whatsoever. You want to see empathy. You didn't have it under Biden, in Biden's America, in his administration. You have it now. The National Prayer Breakfast was special this morning in the Capitol, and the president actually being a leader, sharing things beyond government, beyond legislation. I guess you could call it wisdom.
Without faith in God, there would be no American story. Every citizen should be proud of this exceptional heritage. We have an unbelievable heritage, and we have to use that and make life better for everyone.
He has no empathy. What? This is the definition of empathy. This is the caring. This is benevolence. Keep going.
In the Capitol, representing the great state of North Carolina, and that's a man known who everybody loved, Reverend Billy Graham. He was something. My father used to take me to watch the Crusades. He would take me to Yankee Stadium. I remember it so well. I remember it more than I remember any Yankee game, and I've seen a lot of Yankee games. Can you believe it? And Billy didn't have a bat, so, you know, he's pretty good.
Humor, faith, and authenticity. The Billy Graham story is true. I've heard him tell it before. You know, Joe Biden, whenever he would tell a story, it was fake about what his dad said this, dad said that. We all knew it was focus grouped and tested or something from his 1972 campaign. Oh, and the Billy Graham statue inside the Capitol. I didn't realize there was one there. President Trump spoke about that.
One floor below us, Reverend Graham's statue stands with an open Bible. The page turned to a letter from the Apostle Paul, which reads, "Let us not grow weary of doing good, for in due season we will reap if we do not give up." Never give up. Never, ever give up. You can't. How about me? If I would have given up, I would not be here right now. Who the hell knows where I'd be? It might not be a good place.
You notice the gentleness as well? I don't know why Biden's still on my mind. He used to yell these speeches, yell them, bark them almost, and helping us kind of deal with what's happened in this country, the plane crashes.
As you know, last week, only a few miles from here, our nation witnessed a terrible tragedy when 67 people were killed in a horrible accident near Reagan Airport. As one nation, we take solace in the knowledge that their journey that night did not end in the icy waters of the Potomac, but in the warm embrace of a very loving God. None of us will be over. You never know.
Well, there's a calmness. He's not under fire all the time, right? They didn't delegitimize his election. And he has the space and the bandwidth and the wisdom to share it with us. That plane crash, I never thought of it that way, right? I've only really thought about the moment of the collision and what happened next in the cold water. but to hear what really happened next, and people meeting God. Next, please.
Have to make the most out of every single day that we have. Who would think that you're in space and two things collide? The odds of that happening are so small, even without proper control. We should have had the proper control. We should have had better equipment. We don't. We have obsolete equipment. They were understaffed for whatever reason. I guess the helicopter was high, and we'll find out exactly what happened. But the odds, even if you had nothing, if you had nobody, the odds of that happening are extremely small. It's like, did you ever see, you go to a driving range in golf and you're hitting balls, hundreds of balls, thousands of hours. I never see a ball hit another ball. Balls going up all over the place. You never see them hit. It was amazing that that could happen.
Truly is, and I never really thought of it that way. I think this is valuable. President Trump is the #1 story in the world right now, and so many programs will give you a 4-second soundbite. It's hard to watch these things in their entirety. People don't have the time, but I think this is valuable.
Each of us is blessed with a precious chance to help lead America to renew our pledges of faith and everything else, and bring us to new heights and create a future of promise for our people and for ourselves. You know, we have the most important people in the country in a true sense here, because you're the ones that are going to make the decision. You're the ones that are leading us into so many different things, whether it's the right air control system or the right size military, or what to do and what not to do. Most important people. And many of you are very religious. I know so many of you are very religious. And I just think that our country has been so badly hurt. We're very hurt by what COVID did to religion. It really hurt it badly.
And again, there's this patience and the gentleness. Remember from 2017, 18, 19, always under attack about things that were fake. And they can't do that anymore. It doesn't work, and they don't have anything. They can't even make stuff up anymore. They've all been exposed. A couple more.
We just have to, if possible, we have to unify. There's big division. I mean, some people want an open border, and some people want a closed border. We want it closed, and they want it open. And that's a big difference. How do you solve that problem? It's a big difference. Some people want men and women's sports, and some people don't. And I was with somebody yesterday who was so upset that the bill was signed where men cannot participate in women's sports. And I said, he's a very smart guy, went to a great school, was a great student, and he actually feels, that should happen. Men should be able to play, meaning transition into women's sports. And you talk to him, and it says, I don't understand it. I don't understand how the problem ever got started in the first place. It just seems so simple. But he's a good person and just believes it. And just believes it. Not going to be easy to convince him otherwise.
You know what I like about this? He wants people to come together. He wants unity. But there are some things that you can't compromise on. You can't compromise with an open border. You can't compromise with the woke, radical, left, trans agenda. You can marvel at it. You can hope that they find their way. But he's not wavering on the key principles, although he would like to see more bipartisanship. Who wouldn't? Next.
I think a lot of good things are going to happen. A lot of people might be surprised to hear me say that, of all people. But I think a lot of good things are going to happen because our country's got some big headaches, but we have tremendous spirit right now. The spirit is as high as it's been. It was up 49 points this morning. 49 points. It's the biggest increase in the history of whatever the poll was. So the spirit is there. That's a big factor. That's probably the hardest thing to get back, to be honest. The rest is easy.
Flashback. What would Joe Biden, what pearls of wisdom did he offer us when he wasn't railing on the threat to democracy posed by President Trump?
We are the United States of America. a singular place of possibilities.
That's who we are. That's who we are as a nation of possibilities.
And that's what America's all about. Possibilities, endless possibilities.
That's all he had. It didn't mean anything.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.